They don't think we belong here. It's up to us to show that we do.
We are top police and we are top police.
Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup for Leicester against Arsenal tomorrow afternoon. A very, very early kickoff. Not ideal when both teams have been playing on Thursday night in the Europa League. Now this is going to be a very, very tough game. Leicester are having a really good season. They're sitting third place. But when I look at it in the context of this game, this could well be a good opportunity to actually play Leicester. And I know some people will sit there and say, DT, you're mad. You know what it's like when you go to, Leicester and Vardy and everything else. But I'll give my reasons, to the madness. But despite them sitting third in the league, they have lost 6 games this season. And they are going through a bit of a difficult period. What I mean by that is that they got knocked out of the Europa League on Thursday. They lost 2-0 at home. Now, I wasn't actually expecting that. I did think that it was a little risky from their first leg score because they didn't score an away goal. But I thought that they would have had enough to go and, get through to the next round. But they was unable to do that. So their confidence may be knocked slightly. Just slightly. Also, key injuries. Now that is something that we can try and exploit. They've lost the likes of James Justin. Fofana as well is not available. And James Maddison is not available. Now that one for me is key because a week or so ago, he was looking brilliant. Everybody was talking about his performances and, England and the Euros and everything else. And then he's picked up an injury at such a bad period, for him and for Leicester. So I'm looking at those, players that will be missing. And I'm looking at the fact that they lost on Thursday. And I'm thinking, maybe we can get something from this game. Because when you look at us as a team, we need to get something from this game. Because we're in a position at the moment in the league which is not acceptable, first and foremost. Let's, make that very clear. Despite the fact that, I believe we need the time for the rebuild and these sort of things are going to happen. And I've said it from, Arsene Wenger's last season, that it's going to take over 5 years to try and repair over a decade of mess. But it's still not acceptable. We need to be at least there or thereabouts, the top 4, to give a bit of balance. But where we are, it's not acceptable. At the time of recording this, Leeds United and Aston Villa have not actually played yet. So, one of those is going to be pulling away from us, or, it could be a draw. That would be an ideal result for us, to be honest. But we are in that position where you win a couple of games and you can shoot up the table and, be in amongst the top 6. You lose a couple of games and you could be down to about 15th. That's unthinkable and that's simply not acceptable. But yeah, listen, it's going to be a very interesting game. Big game. Team lineups are going to be crucial. Leicester, I feel, theirs kind of takes care of itself given the injuries and everything else. But for us, yeah, big game that we played on Thursday. All the travelling and everything that was involved in that. I do feel players need to be rested. But at the same time, we still need to have a strong lineup. So this is what I am going to go with. Starting off in goal, Leno. Very straightforward. He is our number 1. That's no disrespect to Matt Ryan. But Leno is our number 1. Simple. In defence, first of all, on the right-hand side, Cedric. Take Bellerin out of the side, play Cedric. I cannot stress how much I want to see Cedric ahead of Bellerin. It's as simple as that. Right centre-back, first of all, I'm going to go with Rob Holding. Back from, missing the game in Greece for precautionary measures where he picked up the head injury against Man City. And bar that little moment in the first couple of minutes, which, Man City scored from, Rob Holding was very, very good against Man City. Let's be real about it. So for me, I'm going to play him there. Left centre-back, I'm going to go with Pablo Mari. Every time I watch this guy, I'm very impressed. He's not the quickest, but what he does have is a football brain. And because he can read the game, he doesn't need that pace because he doesn't get exposed in that sense. I thought Gabriel was absolutely horrendous on Thursday night. You know, and Holding and Mari on a, you know, balance of it were decent against Man City, to be fair. And I just think for this game, that's what I would go with. Left back, I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. Some people are suggesting he should come out and have a rest. We've got a week's rest after this. He's just come back from a month away. There should be absolutely no problem and no doubt about Kieran Tierney starting this game. The two in midfield, first of all, Granit Xhaka. A player that could possibly come out and, you know, have a bit of a break. But I feel that he's one of those players that don't really need the break. He doesn't look fatigued. So I'm going to stick with Granit Xhaka. Alongside him, Thomas Partey. Back from injury. Played 15-20 minutes on Thursday night. And if he wasn't fit already, then he wouldn't be involved. And he wouldn't have been coming on at such a crucial part of the game. He's fit. He's ready. He starts. It's as simple as that. And I can't wait to see the face-off between the likes of Thomas Partey against Ndidi, because I think Ndidi is an unbelievable player. But Thomas Partey, for me, unreal. And we need him fit and firing for the remainder of this season. Simple as that. Attacking free, this is, of course, where we've got plenty of options. And we can make a lot of changes. But on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Pepe. Very unfortunate to have lost his place of late. But given the games and the style that we wanted to play, I can kind of understand it. But it's another opportunity for him to step in and show that he shouldn't be getting dropped from the team. In the number 10, I'm going to go with Martin Ødegaard. I think that Smith-Rowe has looked very tired of late. And he is one player, like Saka, that I'm going to give a rest to. You know, Mikel Arteta himself has spoke about Saka and said that he's been fatigued. Don't risk him. I'm sorry, but don't. He's played so much football of late. Just give him a break for this game. And the same with Smith-Rowe. Ødegaard hasn't played a lot of football when he was at Madrid and everything else. He looks fresh. He looks all right. And the more I see of him, the more I like him. And I'm going to stick him there. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Martinelli. Good opportunity for him to get some minutes now. Been a very frustrating season so far. Stop-start, comes back injured, and everything else. And yeah, this is a game where I think that he could play really well. And, you know, him and Pepe, they could alternate. You know, Martinelli could go on that right-hand side and Pepe on the left and vice versa and everything else. So, interesting matchup, and that's what I'm going to go with. Now, up front, as the main striker, Alexandre Lacazette. Another player that can kind of feel a bit unfortunate to have been left out of late, but needs must. And I think that Aubameyang has played a lot of football since he's returned. So, you know, take him out of the firing line, have him on the bench, and put Lacazette up front. That's what I will go with anyway. And the other thing as well, the substitutes bench, if we went with this lineup, would be really stacked. You would have the likes of Smith-Rowe, Saka, Aubameyang. It would be good, really good for me. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. And there we go. That is it for my preview and my predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you agree or disagree? If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.